So where are we today? It's a Saturday, it's 4th of July weekend, and of course, it's auction time. Chris found an auction. I think we're in like the Okemos, Lansing area. So the pictures showed some swung vases, so I tried not to be like, oh my gosh, there's swung vases. So, yeah, so we're here at the auction. It's like weird weather because it was only supposed to be like in the 70s, but the sun is so warm. Started off the morning cold and now it's a little bit warmer. I'm in the middle of the day instead of doing this at the beginning because there was a lot of boxes to go through and look at.
Yeah. $5 on the ground. $3. Now 4. I got $3 on the bid, 4 on the ground. 152. All right, run them out to John Deere 152. There's one. 5 I got. 12.5. Now 10. 12.5. 15.
Cute is this wagon, but I really don't know how I would display it to resell it. I don't even know how much it's going to go for, but I do think it, oh my gosh, it is super cute. I bet this little rocking horse has seen its day. Lots of children riding on it. It is in, I mean, other than dusty, it's in good condition. I'm thinking that there must be flags in that big box there that holds these three.
What's that?
Some glue. So to resell Crocs, they need to be in pretty good condition. Ones that are cracked or chipped take a lot longer and take up space in our booth. The tree base.
Plastic.
That's a neat tree base though.
It's not that uncommon.
Lots of stuff. Do you see them? Do you all see them? Butter pads! Oh my goodness! And just patinaed right, the ripe age. Wow! And a nice stack of them. Look at that yummy one at the bottom. That is cute. That is adorable. Oh. Anything old?
Out. 2017.
2017. Christmas. Oh, it's
World's
plastic.
greatest mother.
It's plastic. We just talked about that yesterday, didn't we? Because it hurts me to bend.
Last winter.
A lot of stuff. Oh, I didn't even think it was going to hurt me to bend over. Oh, those are right there. How many? The mushrooms.
Just one. It looks like, yeah. And your bottom.
It's cracked. That's upset. Some old hangers. Oh, it's the mushrooms. There's two there.
So I'm assuming this is the top for it. I have a lot of Christmas bulbs right now that I need to get out and do something with or sell. Oh, but these ones were large. Oh my goodness, hand painted. They were really pretty, but you know, depending on what they go for at the price. And I thought that these were just going to be like a brass, but they're salt and pepper shakers. And y'all, I did not get that box. It went for over $100. They sold the whole box of wooden items. And of course, we got to check it out to see if it's glowy. I don't know if it was the light or just the light, like the daylight in general. You couldn't really see it glow. Maybe not.
Is it a game?
No, it's just got a bunch of old dates on it. 18.
Huh.
Just different people's names.
Just handed down from the family, must be. Interesting. I don't know why, but this two-tone crock bowl does not sell well for me, so I'll probably pass those up. And look at all that gold shiny stuff. Hello, little swung vase just standing out there. Little hobnail Fenton. Beautiful. And another thing I did not get is this big bell. It was super heavy. Bells this size go for a lot at auctions. Don't worry, throughout the auction, somebody moved the hat pins into the hat pin holder. They did not stay in that owl. Of course, the patina of these papers attracted me, but I wasn't really sure anything about them. Honestly, I love glass. I love looking at glass, but it is such a slow sell that I decided months ago any that I had to start weeding out and sending it to auction because I just needed to have space to be able to flip a little bit faster stuff. Though I love it, and really the only things that I would get in the glassware are jadeite, glowy glass, certain patterns of glowy glass, and swung bases, fairy lights, little odds and ends that I know that sell a little bit faster. Another little piece. I've never seen a little cloche. This one is pretty though. I don't think it's terribly old. Oh, it's a music box.
Tell me about it.
Pretty little butterflies. Mostly intact. There's a very heavy bird bath made out of stone. Oh, it's 3 pieces. That's a cool bowl.
It's got a hole in it.
It's got a
Somebody
hole.
drilled it.
Huh. Guess they wanted to drain it. Let's look at this real quick before we go in. These blanket blankets. That's an amazing condition. You have room. Your booth could take it. That's in great condition.
Screen.
Go back down. Out the barn.
Oh. Ooh. It's attached to this big long pole, honey.
Yeah. I'd sell the other one and keep this one and just put this in the ground.
Yeah, maybe already. But it would just get a little bit of the algae off. Just
a little cleaner.
little bit of algae on there. Patina. So, yeah, no, you gotta dig it out of the ground or cut it off, and it's gonna be super heavy. But yes, this is one of the auction items.
Just getting the track thing would be cool.
Yeah. Crazy.
Whew, so that was, the day started off being cold, like you wanted a sweatshirt. And the next thing you know, it's like, oh my gosh, the sun came out. It wasn't supposed to be like, it was only supposed to be like in the mid 70s, but the sun was warm. Holy cow, we're hot in the sun, but we stayed, of course, to bid on the items that we were in the hope to get. So I tried the don't pay attention too much to the things you want, look at them quickly, make sure they don't have any chips, cracks, whatever, or whatever you think would prevent you from being able to resell them. So yeah, anyway, so yeah, Chris noticed this auction, and it was the swung vases that were there that kind of spiked my interest because they are not easy to find. Even though I do have quite a few in the booth, yeah, I mean, you just never know when somebody's going to come and buy one, when you're going to run across one, how much you're going to have to pay for one. They had some mid-century modern items that also sell, so I was interested in those. Though, so, you know, I
I can't say like when you go to our antique craft, Chris's tool, metal, toy booths, that you're just going to see one type of antique. You're just going to see primitives, or you're just going to see mid-century modern, or you're just going to see Tonkas or Buddy L's, or you're just going to see my craft booth and crafts. That's not the case. I do a mixture of everything, and I kind of try to pay attention to what other people are buying, what other people are selling. You know, especially when I go through like our local antique malls all the time and I spy stuff that not necessarily am I going to buy. I'm checking it out. I'm seeing like, oh, okay, that's cool. You know, that's not resale price for me. I don't know how that sells. And then the following week I'm in there and I'm like, oh, that's gone. So either they moved it, took it home, or chances are it probably sold. So that is one of the big things of touring an antique mall, anything like that, is you can kind of tell like, oh, okay, let me keep my eye out for that. Yeah, so there, like, in case I had toured one of our local, and I wasn't sure if like the vintage green malt mixers, do they sell, do they sit, you know, I didn't know. So I passed one up at auction. I saw one in somebody's booth locally, and it wasn't there the next week. And this is not a booth, I don't think they take things home. I think it sells. So note to self, if I come across one again, I should probably go for it. Anyway, so that being said, let me share with you what Chris and I got at today's very hot auction. And nope, we didn't get everything we wanted. That's how it rolls. So yes. So let me see. So I did get this dough bowl. I think it does have some aids, or it's a reproduction. I sometimes I can't tell, but it's a project piece because at some point of its life, somebody added feet or wanted to add feet to it, but they drilled one of the holes all the way through. So I got it at a great deal because it had a hole in it, it had feet, but black epoxy, Star Bond glue, y'all. If I talk about the Star Bond glue a lot for things that you can use to fix, but you can make this character by filling these in with that glue. So I will show in a later video how I will achieve that look. Towards the end of the auction, I did pick up this ceramic tree, vintage ceramic tree. It is 2 pieces. I haven't tried to take it apart yet. It needs dusted, but I probably would have passed it up, but I loved the base. Look at that. I have not seen a base like that, so I thought that was very interesting. That top's on there. I'm not going to try too hard. And it was missing a whole bunch of bulbs, but I know that I have a stash of bulbs. There was a box of books that was going for $2. They didn't sell anything for under $2. So it had some Bibles in it, so I picked those up. And then it also had this yummy colored, look at that yummy colored green. It is a cookbook for young homemakers, which is very cute. But as I've said in the past, if you're decorating in the vintage green, jadeite, even the glowy glass, the green depression glass, you know, this just looks beautiful. And it's a nice thick size. It got some damage on its little spine here, but it's old probably, I'm sure. Oh, look at, it's like a study Bible. You could get to your little recipes. Let's see if I can find a date. 1963. Look at that graphics on there. That is so fun. Encyclopedia Cookbook for Culinary Arts. Awesome. That is fun. That's a fun cookbook. Though this isn't like a crock, more of a planter type crock. I liked the ribbing in it. I think it'll clean up nice. The crocks that were there, the big one was cracked, so you can buy them to resell, but they will sit a very long time and you have to sell them really cheap. And then the other crock, we have plenty of those, so we passed the crock up. In one of the boxes I bought that I purchased. If I thought, okay, if it goes for a couple bucks and nobody's bidding on the box, it had a Ben clock in it, Big Ben clock. So I went ahead for $2. And then there was also a couple little extra jewelry boxes. I hope that they clean up nice. I think they're just pretty. They have the nice velvet inside, so it's like a little bonus. There's just some junk inside there. And then it had this very pretty, like you would sit it down tray mirror. It has some little cherubs. It's little cherubs relaxing with their hands behind their ears. I did get the two, as my ring light's picking them up, the vintage oval florals. They sell well on eBay. I usually sell these on eBay. They're not too bad to ship. They're made in Italy. They need some cleaning. There was a box that had trivets in it, and I just loved the color of these, the graphics of the mushrooms, of course, and the color. I mean, you see these, but you usually see them in black. I can't say that I've ever actually seen them in color. So they were these two that I was definitely after. And they both do still have their Japan sticker on them. And then there was some strawberry and apple with some tulips. Sure, I'm gonna go for that. And then this fun little mid-century modern rooster. Which came first, the chicken or the egg? That's always funny. And then a couple other little trivets that these would resell. There was some that I know won't, but the little turtle and then a little fish. These are just like little hot pads to set things on and cute little decor pieces. And I'm not sure which box this came in, but it's a little vintage creamer. Look at that, is so super cute. So I think it'll clean up nice. It just needs a good bath. So I do sell mid-century modern, so I kind of mix it in together. With that being said, I did go for the Pyrex. Not all the Pyrex, like the rooster. I don't know the patterns, y'all. I know, so you guys are all so much better than me. Like the ones, I think it's the Friendship Rooster, maybe the red and the orange. I felt like it was supposed to have a lid, so I didn't go for that one. And even though this isn't a complete set, I have sold this pattern in littler pieces, and I know that it sells fast. So it's got just some marks on it, which coconut oil should take those right off. It's not the paint, it's just like little scrapage. So I'm going to go ahead and I'll probably coconut oil those to get them shining pretty. And then this blue bowl came with it. It's in great shape, so I'll sell that cheaper. I did get this, I call it handkerchief. I don't know if that's not necessarily probably what it is, but this Amberina. I don't do a lot of extra glassware, but I will go for this shape of piece only because it sells fast for me. I don't want it to sit too awful long, so I have to, because I have in my mind, in my booths, I have like, oh, I staged this, I need more of these pieces, or I need to have these pieces, and this is one of the pieces. I'm like, I don't really have a place to stage it, so I don't want it to have to sit too awful long, but it's a beautiful Amberina color that it definitely will glow with that green. It's a nice size piece. Okay, let me move you all down. Okay, you always get to see our garage. A little bit of a bidding war for this piece. I don't even know if you can see it. It's huge, mid-century modern quilt. Oh my goodness, lordy. It is huge. I would say it's got to be at least a queen, if not a king size. I don't know. I was going to bid at it anyway because I saw the patchwork, and I know, this, it's just nice. But then he pulled it out and you could really see it, and I'm like, oh no, I really want that. It's so hard because you feel like if you're paying attention, then people know what you're going to bid on, and then they're spying you and seeing who's bidding, and it's that game we play. Anyway, this was awesome. This is an awesome piece. I gave $50 for it, but for a quilt, y'all know. Yeah, even if it was a manufacturer, I don't think so. I definitely think it was a homemade piece, especially with the little ties that they had done. I'm not a quilter, but I thought it was awesome. So did you all spy the box? Oh my gosh, I'm like, butter pats that are crackling and crazing and a whole stack of them. Look at that beautiful patina. Oh my goodness. Beautiful crackling crazing patina. Oh my goodness. They are hard to find. These ones, there are people who love this. This is their jam. This is what they collect. And so they're at seven of them. Whew, yes. I mean, they're not perfect. Like this one's got a little chip in it, but they're aged, seasoned. They're seasoned beautifully. So they had a teacup tea set, I'm going to call it, or coffee. You can call it coffee, but it was the mushroom pattern. Oh my goodness. So great shape, great piece. I did just sell the canister set that I had bought from Old Dog Vintage. So I'm like, oh, I need something to put in that space where I sold that canister set. So God meek moment, here is, I didn't even know these were going to be at the auction. And then it's a set of 5 of the mugs. Oh, beautiful collection. Now somebody just needs, whoever buys it needs one of those cute little trees. So I did bid on this canister set. I was on the fence because it does have flea bites. It is some of the pieces. The flower piece definitely has a crack. So the flower piece does have a crack. It doesn't go all the way through. It's just on the outside. And y'all, this probably was her canister set because it still had flour. It had sugar in it. It had tea bags still in it. And I think somebody would love it. I think the green is yummy. And I know there's so many, either you love the avocado green or you don't love the avocado green because you grew up with it too much. But it's a pretty cool set. And just those little toppage, oh my gosh, awesome. So 4-piece, not terrible, definitely usable shape. Can't get top dollar, no, but they're a pretty cool set. So I've been looking for one of these shepherd hooks for my garden, and I need it. It's funny because I go to the store and they are not heavy duty anymore. They seem like cheaper metal. They seem like you put a bird feeder on it and it's just going to, or even a plant, it's just going to, So I wanted one to put some wind chimes that I have on in my garden that I want to be taller, but I was having a problem finding a nice shepherd's hook that was strong. So I think I got this one for like $2. So, and it was cute because a gentleman said, "Oh, that's a nice shepherd hook. You just paint it up. It'll be wonderful." I'm like, "Oh no, I like the rusty crusty. I really wanted it to be rusty crusty." So, okay. Anyway, so I didn't bid on all the swung vases. I kind of have like a thing that I like to look. You just kind of have to narrow it down. And I know there were a lot of people that probably wanted them. I thought this one with the footed pedestal and the orange, it's more orange than the amberino color, and the mouth is beautiful with the fingers. Oh, so it's got the yellow and orange, because usually I see them and they're amberina, so more red than the orange. I'd recently sold my big green one, so I was happy to see a green one that was footed with a beautiful mouth. So that's kind of like my jam of what I'm looking for. I don't know. I mean, we all have our thing and have to narrow it down to what we're going to bid on so we don't overspend. So this is what I'm talking about when I say Amberina. So this is a hobnail footed pedestal. It's a pedestal, not footed. Beautiful mouth. I love that yellow color on the finger of the mouth and how deep it is. This one was just beautiful, red, red, red. So see the difference now? It's a big difference. So I don't know if I've ever found one so orange. And maybe I'll get to my booth and put them in there and I'll be like, oh, I do have orange ones. Y'all, I didn't think I bought this piece, but apparently I did. My short-term memory loss, I thought, oh, I'm not going to bid on that because it doesn't have a lid, but there I am with it. So did they sell them all? Maybe they sold them all together. I don't remember. I really didn't think I bid on this, but because I thought, oh, it's got to have a lid. So, okay, it's not roosters, it's kind of doves. So is it the friendship pattern? pattern? Well, there's another surprise in there too I forgot about, but but well, you'll have that. Yeah, that's a nice surprise because I really thought, oh, I'm not going to get that one, and I passed it up. But let's open one of these up. I think you need these to be opened up. These are so super cute. So they were some brass butterfly napkin rings. Look at they patinaed. There's 6 of them. So, oh, they're so pretty. Like you could just set this on a shelf. You don't even have to use it as a napkin ring. It's just pretty on its own. Oh my gosh. So all of them, for one reason or another, must have got moisture. So then they all kind of have that patina going on inside. So, wow. So there's a couple other bigger pieces and then Chris's haul. So I'll hand it over to Chris so he can share it.
All right, so when we were there, we did notice this wash tub. It still has a lid, and it's in really good shape on the inside. It's going to definitely need a bath, but we got this for very good money. And I'm sure Yvonne already mentioned it was hot there. This vise, I'd never seen one before. We looked it up real quick while we were there because we did have some decent cell tower reception. So I looked this up. This is actually an anvil / vise. I'm not sure who would have used it, if it would have been a pipe layer or somebody working in the metal work, but it was very unique. There's a pin that pulls out on the side, and then you can actually extend the vise to make it bigger and still use the clamp part. So this will get cleaned up and added to the inventory. Last thing we got, or that I got, was this cash register. We knew how well that the tags had sold for us. So knowing this one is not vintage, we thought we'd look at it. The problem is it looks like the numbers actually spin on the inside. So when I take it apart, we'll have to look a little closer at it. It does not work. It's all seized up. And when you look at these cash registers, if you find that they don't have the key to unlock them, then they're never going to work for you. You can't reuse them. I mean, you could have it rekeyed and everything if you wanted to spend the money. We just wouldn't see any return on investment by doing that.
So thanks for coming along with us to the auction. It's always a lot of fun to go to auctions or to go to sales because you're like, okay, this picture enticed me on the interweb, but then I'm like, you get there and you're like, oh, well, look at these extras. So yeah, I mean, that railroad thing was very cool. We wouldn't have an idea how we were going to get it home. I like the windmill, but then I was like, it's spray painted. I don't remember if I showed that in the video. They had a nice windmill that was sizable, but I'm like, I don't know if I want to mess with such a large item to have to paint over. And then I ended up going for the pie safe, but I know what we can get for the pie safe, and so I had to stop. It was beautiful. It was in great condition. So we stayed for the end of the auction just for that, and we didn't get it. That happens. So anyway, thank you so much for coming along to the auction with us. Let me know if there was an item that you would have bid on or what item were your favorites. And as always, if you're part of our YouTube, The Journey family, we appreciate and love each and every one of you for your support, your comments, your likes, your shares, just recommending us to friends, says that, hey, if this is your jam, watch this channel. So again, thanks you so much for watching today's video. And if you're not already a member of the Journey family, please hit that subscription button along with the notification bell so you know we've uploaded a new video. And we will see you next time, guys, and you can see what we're up to. Bye.